Is zombies finally pay to win? Are there bundles that actually give you more damage? Or is this all misinformation and YouTuber clickbait? Well, I did the tests and I've got the stats, and I came to some conclusions that you might not allow yourself to believe. As always with these analytical videos, be sure to use the chapters below to skip to whatever section you're most interested in or to the end for the final results. For those of you who don't know, about a week ago, Doubt Plays COD released a video titled, "This Secret Makes Black Ops 6 Zombies Pay to Win." Within that video, he uses the Dead Ops Arcade bundle and specifically the ASG. Within it, he claims that this gun does a lot of extra damage and bonus this and extra that. And he calls me out specifically, asking for me to do some tests and to figure out what's actually going on. And so I've done something that I honestly didn't want to do. I bought a bundle. I bought the same exact Dead Ops Arcade bundle, and this is only my second bundle that I've ever bought in my Call of Duty career. The only other one being the Donuts bundle from Modern Warfare 2, because how could I not? And this is not like a statement or anything. I just don't find it worth it to spend $20 on a weapon skin on a weapon that I'm probably not going to use that often. I like to use a variety of different weapons, so it just doesn't feel worth it to me. Anyway, this test was really easy. I used the same exact ASG bundle. Unfortunately, in his video, he doesn't show his class at all, so I have no idea what attachments he used. So what I decided to do was, he had two different tests. He was testing this damage against Doppelgast for a reason we'll get into, and then he showcased this weapon with Dragon's Breath and Brain Rot on Liberty Falls for a clip going up against the Abomination. And so I decided to replicate both of these situations with the bundle and the regular version of the ASG, and here are the results. For our first game, I went on the tomb and I was testing this out against base zombies as well as the Doppelgasts. The number on the left is the body shot damage that each pellet of the shotgun was doing, and then the number on the right was how much critical damage the pellet was doing. And this is per pellet. This is not the maximum damage of a shot. This is per pellet damage, which is represented by the damage number that it shows you. And I apologize, I didn't test out every single Pack-a-Punch rarity combination that I could, because I think the results kind of speak for themselves here. Clearly, we start with the base version of the shotgun, and then we can Pack-a-Punch it, and then I use the Waterfall Easter egg to upgrade its rarity to Epic, and then I Pack-a-Punched it again, then I increased its rarity, then I Pack-a-Punched it one final time. We have 6 different damage numbers to work with. That's a pretty good pool. You'll notice I didn't use any base rarity against the Doppelgast. That's just because it was on such low of a round that we didn't get a Doppelgast spawn until we were at this Pack-a-Punch rarity. But again, you'll see that doesn't really affect the final results here. Now, after getting these damage numbers, I went ahead and used the regular ASG in the very next game. And as you'll see, these numbers are fairly similar. When you look at the base zombie, the base ASG has the exact same damage as the bundle ASG. Exactly the same. There is no damage increase whatsoever. However, when we look at the Doppelgast damage, some interesting things start showing up. Now, as a reminder, this ASG has the same exact attachments as the bundle ASG. And when you compare this base ASG with the same attachments and the Doppelgast damage to the one with the bundle, you'll notice that there is a damage increase. Interesting. Pay to win, maybe? What's going on here is that this bundle comes with a light damage. When you equip the Light Mend ammo mod, your bullets now deal light damage, and enemies like the Doppelgast who are weak to light damage will take 50% more damage. And this damage is based solely on your weapon. It has nothing to do with what round you're on. So yes, this bundle does have light damage by default in it, which means that it is good against Doppelgasts. However, when you equip Lightmen on the regular ASG non-bundle, as you can see, we get the exact same damage numbers. Because when you add on Lightmen, you are adding the light damage to all of your bullets, thus giving you that extra bonus damage to the Doppelgast. But what happens if you then have this light damage with this bundle, and then you add Light Mend on top of that? Does it stack? Do you get bonus damage? Is this pay to win? No, it's the same amount of damage. The only thing this bundle does is give you the light damage effect without having to have Light Mend. I want to repeat, this does not give you extra damage. The damage you're getting is the exact same damage as if you had Lightmen. The regular zombie damage is exactly the same with the base ASG. There is no bonus damage. And this is exactly what I found when we went to Liberty Falls and I used it with the Dragon's Breath against the Abomination. To be fair, I don't really understand the point in this part of his video, because you can put on Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath is going to deal fire damage, so Abominations are weak to fire damage, so you're going to get the little napalm burst like icon or hit marker. And then he also put on Brain Rot, so you could have Brain Rot and the fire damage effect, both of which Abominations are weak to. But this exact same setup you could just do with the regular ASG anyway. There's nothing different about this. Hopefully I've been putting up like side by sides with you with the base ASG and the bundle ASG, because there is no difference, especially on a map like Liberty Falls or Terminus. On those two maps, there are no doppelgasts, so you're not getting the light damage effect on anything. So it's literally the same. There is no special extra damage. That being said, you are getting the light damage bonus without needing light men. So technically speaking, buying this bundle will allow you to deal light damage to doppelgasts and then equip a different ammo mod. For example, in this, I was using Deadwire, and you can see I'm dealing electrical damage to the Amalgam, and then with the same weapon, with this bundle ASG, I can also deal light damage to the Doppelgast. So technically speaking, you can't do that with a regular ASG. So depending on how you measure pay to win, depending on your barometer for what is pay to win in a PvE mode, I guess technically you could claim that, yep, you can't do that unless you buy this bundle. So maybe it is pay to win for you. And don't get me wrong, I think if they ever add Mule Kick in, the ability to add 2 different ammo types or 2 different ammo mods would be amazing. But do I think it's pay to win at this point? As much as I love the ammo mods and I love the elemental damage, and by the way, this was all done without Vulnerabine, and this is done without Deadshot, just to make sure all the numbers are the same all the way across and we're not dealing with weird multipliers or whatever. No, I don't think this is pay to win. If pairing this up with the Light Mend ammo mod gave you even more damage, more than you would ever be able to do with the base weapon, sure, that would be pay to win. When it comes down to it, if you want to deal the same damage that this gun has, you can do that. And more importantly, this bundle does not deal any extra damage compared to the base. That is a myth. It's misinformation. It's flat out wrong. And right now you might be worried about donuts. What about the slippery slope of these bundles? What if one day they do add this sort of thing into zombies? And that's definitely a real possibility. I don't want to discount that, but also we have had this effect in zombies since, I believe, Cold War, maybe Black Ops 4, but I'm pretty sure Cold War started this trend. We saw this, like I said, in Cold War. We saw this in Modern Warfare 2 leading into Modern Warfare 3, where there's that pre-order bonus of the M4 that I think did like electrical damage or something. It's been 5 years since they've been doing this. And this is like the most minor effect. This light damage isn't even light mend. You don't get the glyphs, you don't have the ammo mod equipped, it's just you have the damage equipped, which again, if you're playing on Liberty Falls or Terminus, is completely worthless because there's no doppelgasts on the map. And if you're not shooting at a doppelgast, it's functionally exactly the same as an ASG. And if you are fighting a doppelgast, it's the same thing as an ASG with the light mend attachment on, which you could get by default anyway. This is nothing new. So what did we learn? First and foremost, at least when it comes to this specific bundle with the ASG, this bundle does not deal extra base damage. What this bundle does do is that it equips the light damage effect onto all of your bullets, meaning that yes, you do get the 50% elemental damage bonus to the Doppelgast and only the Doppelgast, at least so far in Black Ops 6. There might be some more enemies that are weak to light damage later down the road. However, this effect does not stack with Light Mend, and with a base weapon, if you equip Light Mend, it is the exact same damage. Now, if you equip an ammo mod like Deadwire that does electrical damage, you could deal electrical damage to the Amalgam and the light damage to the Doppelgasts without needing to switch ammo mods, which is an effect that base weapons cannot do. However, the damage you're doing is the exact same as if a base weapon had either of those ammo mods or ammo types or elemental bullets. Whether or not that is pay to win is completely up to you. But we have had this in zombies for the past 5 years at least. But I want to reiterate, buying a bundle does not give you an increase in base damage. You do not get a damage increase based on what you buy from the store. And the damage you do, especially the elemental damage, is not based on what round you're on, but rather how much damage your weapon does. And if you're using this bundle on anything that isn't a Doppelgast, it is functionally identical as the base ASG. And as a weird side tangent, I know this is weird, but this is something I heard during his video that I wanted to clarify. He mentions that Cryo Freeze doesn't deal any extra damage. This is one of those secret abilities that we'll get to when we cover Cryo Freeze. Cryo Freeze, if you slow an enemy, it does deal extra damage to the slowed enemy. Just as a little fun fact there, a little sneak peek at the Cryo Freeze video. You do get an increase in damage against slowed enemies if you're using Cryo Freeze. So a little fun fact for you. Now, the reason I'm so passionate about this and trying to be as firm as I can with what this does and doesn't is because this is a big deal. If they were ever to introduce something into zombies where it gave you some sort of damage boost or some sort of real edge that you had to pay money for, that is a huge deal. And this is a big claim into that. And it is so easy for an audience to see a video, see that title, go, oh my goodness, pay to win, and have some YouTuber sit there and go, well, I think it does more damage. Look at how much damage this is doing, with no proof, with no facts, and then everybody believes it. And then it's widespread, and now we have this huge thing of misinformation, and everybody's losing their minds over absolutely nothing. This is nothing. This has been in the game for 5 years. The reason no one's talking about it is because it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. I guess I should kind of pull that back a little bit. It could be a big deal for you because yes, there is a little bit of an edge with the dual, damage, elemental damage effect, which is a cool effect. And there are people who, and I'm not discrediting this, I'm not discounting their opinion, but there are people who are like, no, gobblegums are pay to win, elixirs are pay to win, like anything you could buy is just boom, pay to win automatically. I don't see this as predatory because they're not giving you any extra additional bonus damage. They're giving you the exact same damage you would get as if you had an ammo mod equipped. But is that nuance, is that differentiation going to come across after a bombastic title like Zombies is pay to win and use this bundle, it gives you extra damage? I don't think so. And please, I should say, don't go like bomb Doubt Plays COD because of this video. In that video, he was genuinely so curious and he was asking me, he's like, somebody needs to investigate this. I don't know how to do that. He was so like inquisitive and asking for help and asking for someone to look into this because he genuinely didn't know. He made a lot of claims and there is a lot of misinformation in that video, but it was all in the air of wanting to figure out the answer. It wasn't predatory. He wasn't trying to like sell you on anything or to like start a riot or anything. He might have insinuated that could happen if this were true, but he genuinely didn't know. So all good with Doubt Plays COD. But I have seen other videos since that video pop up saying, hey, this does deal extra damage as if it were a fact. And I want you as the viewer to be as informed as you can be. I hate it when I get something wrong, even if it's a minor detail, because I know people trust me whether or not I want them to. And I know people trust other YouTube videos just because they're on YouTube. So you as the viewer, don't just take people at their word. If they don't have a spreadsheet, it didn't happen. No. It's okay to ask for receipts. It's okay to ask for proof, especially when it comes to something as big as this. To that end, if there is something that I failed to test here, like I said, I didn't go through every single rarity in Pack-a-Punch. I didn't, track my damage against manglers and abominations and, parasites specifically. But with the data I have, I'm very confident in the results that we found. And if nothing else, I can at least testify for whatever I have shown you here on this video. And like any good scientist, as I say, I'm always happy to be proven wrong. So please be careful when seeing videos about pay to win and extra damage on these bundles. If they don't have any proof, be skeptical or just link them this video. But of course, please be kind, treat everybody with honor, dignity, and respect because it's just a video game. It's just Call of Duty Zombies. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We're all here to have fun. And I am happy to confirm that this bundle does not deal extra damage. This is a good thing. So share the good news. And if you love these analytical videos, be sure to check out this one and stay beautiful.